So is it important to have the same love languages or just to be aware of your partners?
I don't think you have to have the same ones. That would be asking a lot.
Yeah.
But I think being aware of your partners is helpful.
Yes.
You know, because I have to understand what you appreciate and be able to speak your language. So if I'm doing things that I like, that might not register for you.
Right.
So I do think being aware of them is important.
Yeah. Exactly. We got any examples? That's one of those things. We need an example from people.
I know that mine is quality time.
Yes. yes. Angel, I could go, which I would never, I don't do this anymore. I know y'all gonna judge me. But I learned that if you are with somebody and the only thing that makes them, that impresses them, if you go drop $4,000 or $5,000 on a Gucci purse, that is not the one for me. I'm not doing that. So, but what I love so much about you is that it's not anything like that at all. And you come from a world where you could easily be like that. And so you're so much about, I'd rather just spend time with you versus get me, go spend a bunch of money on me, go shopping, and and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, some people are made up like that. I mean, from that standpoint, I still think that some stuff is kind of over the top when you start spending. You start buying purses for the price of cars. Yeah. But I do understand that part of it, but that's just not what makes you tick.
No, I need my time.
Yes.
So it's quality time. Physical touch, I think, are my strongest ones.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I would say like if your birthday rolls around, in my mind, now this is a little different for me. If I have a birthday come up and then it's like, okay, what we're gonna do for your birthday is I'm gonna take you out and I'm gonna buy this dinner, I'm gonna eat, and it's gonna be on your dime. Like, that's not what makes me tick. No.
Right.
Whereas with you, if your birthday comes around and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take you out, and we're gonna go spend the time. We're gonna go to a little resort, or we're gonna do something together. Look, that you got me smiling. That's Angel's whole thing. Yeah. She doesn't need a gift. She don't need any of that. No. She just wants to go, take a little mini vacation or something. She loves that. So I understand that. So I make sure that I do that, even though if the shoe was on the other foot as relates to me, I don't know that that's
not your thing.
That would be my...
No.
I like it, but I don't think that would be my thing, per se. So... actually, I love doing it, but it's not... It's like,
You're more words of affirmation. I have found that.
What's an example of that?
An example...
funny about affirmation.
Well, I think that if I express verbally to you that I appreciate something...
Oh, yeah.
I liked something that you did. You appreciate those things very much. I tell you you're a great husband, a great person, father, all that. Those things make a difference to you.
Yeah, and what's funny? I didn't even know that. Because nobody had ever done that. So I never knew that was a thing. I didn't know that, oh, wow, your wife can wake up every day and say how handsome you are. I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
Or, oh, how much I appreciate you, or just send me your things every day. But I think that's just naturally, like, that's what you do. Because I never asked for that.
No.
You just did.
No, because I do think, I think it's part of my personality. I really do love you and I like you and I appreciate all these amazing things about you. But I also think that if a person isn't, and I can attribute this to my mom. If a person is great, not, she's amazing. But if a person isn't appreciated and built up at home, and you send them out into the world, then I just don't understand the thought behind that. Because my mom told me I was the most talented. I was the most beautiful. I was number one. We were the greatest. We had supernatural powers. My brothers are the most handsome. You know, we left the house confident and believing in who we were and whose we were. You know, we knew that God loved us and all these things. And so, yeah, I'm going to tell you you're handsome every day because I need you to walk out the door and feel confident in that, knowing that, you know, I feel like you're super intelligent and strong and an amazing man of God. Those things are important to me, that the people around me feel built up.
Yeah. Okay, y'all, another reason why she's a keeper. Telling you, she's just the best. So I would just say, let's go to the next question. I would say, the next thing would be, how did you know each other was the one? So that's a deep one. Yeah. That's like a whole session in and of itself.
Right.
But I would say, after being in relationships and seeing, you know, all of how things can go very wrong.
Yeah.
I was very gun shy. So I literally didn't believe that you were how you were. So yeah. I would say believe, but I was certainly going to test it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. So I would do little things just to be like, not like just trying to be rude or anything, but if something came out, I would just pay attention. So I know the thing for me, which was amazing, was I don't remember where we were or I was going and doing something with a client. And you said you wanted to ride with me, and you came. I said, well, you know, babe, it could be a while. You're like, that's fine. And we ended up in a situation where, we drove, went to a client, and I got out and was starting to talk to them. I said, you gonna be okay? You were like, yeah, I'm fine. You sat in the car. And babe, you sat in that car for like 3 or 4 hours while I was doing whatever, you know, and they came out and they were like, oh my gosh, you were sitting in the car, you know, whatever. And you're like, oh, everybody's always saying to me like, oh, you're gonna get in trouble. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get in trouble. Like, you know, it doesn't work like that. And you're like, oh, this is what he does. He's fine. You know, we're good. Yeah. You know, your mindset is always, whatever I'm doing for us. Exactly. Yeah. So you never get caught up in being impatient or being upset and all that, because
it doesn't help us.
No, exactly. So I think that was definitely a huge thing for me, and I was like, okay, between that and just who you are as a person, and then I kept doing some digging. I was like, wait a minute, let me go talk to her family and see, is she really like this? Does she really do like? And everybody can say, no, that's her. Everybody I talk to, they know that's her. I'm like, what? She been like that her whole life? They're like, yeah. I was like, I know I said I would never get married again, but this, I'm changing that.
I don't know.
Yeah, she done changed my entire mind. That's funny. Yes.
For me, it was the consistency and you being the same person every day. That part was pretty amazing, but it was so natural and genuine and comfortable that it just kind of flowed. So if you said we're going out Tuesday night at 5:00, it happened. And we went out, if you said we were going Wednesday, it happened. So it was everything that you said, you did. And I had never experienced that outside of my dad, as far as dealing with men. I had never had anybody that was, consistent in that way and genuine and truthful and transparent as well. Because I never had questions. I never had the what is this question. What are we doing? I never had to even really think those thoughts because you were just very open and very inviting and very clear. And those were the things among a host of other things, but that was the thing that initially got my attention.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. I when you would tell me stories like that, I'd be like, what's wrong with the brothers? Like, what's going on? Like, what do you mean? Like, you say you're gonna pick somebody up and you don't do it. Like, or you change and like, I don't understand any of that.
Or you have a date today, but then you don't hear from the person for 2 weeks.
Ladies, that really happens. And I look at her. Why would you do that? You got to be crazy.
It happens, but no, there are some amazing men out there. My
of
brothers,
course, yeah.
I have some friends who are amazing and stand-up guys, but there's just some crazy. Everybody's got to deal with some crazy at some point, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.